They say you can't pull out of a blade. You know why you can't pull out of a blade? Because you probably didn't take that sharp corner off the backside. Yeah, when that blade went in, it had teeth on the front, and it's got a sharp corner on those two back edges. When you try to come out, those two back edges, they're knives. Those knives cut in. So what do? You put a fresh blade on, you get your stone out, you roll it backwards without power, and you knock that corner off. Turn the stone the other way, roll it backwards without power. Remember, I said without power, okay? And you knock it back on corner off. You put rounded corners on the back of that blade. Boy, you'll be shocked at how smooth that makes corners when you're working on pieces, turning in and out. It's a guy named Huey told me that this was 70 years ago when I was in trade school. And the man said, you never just sharpen the front of the blade, you sharpen the blade. You make sure when it runs smooth and true. And if you can hear it, if it makes a noise, it's not right. So when you run the blade,
Hey,
if there's
hey, Cab, can I
hello,
ask you a
yeah,
question? Can I ask you a
sure.
question? Okay, now you're talking about rounding the back of your blade. How is that you're doing that? I mean, so I can understand what you're talking about.
I'm thinking a stone, a regular stone, like 320 stone or 180
Oh,
stone,
okay,
sharpening stone. It's on a
yeah,
block. And I turn the power off. I'll pull my dead man out. So I
right,
don't because I'm stupid. I'll turn the switch on.
yeah,
I'll
I
pull my
would
dead
too.
man out, and then I just roll it one hand. I put the stone down on the table and touch the back of the blade as it rolls by. And when you start, you'll feel that click when it goes past that weld. You feel that click, and you
Right,
work on that click a little bit to make sure that that's gone down. Because no matter how good that guy welded it or the machine welded it, remember,
sure.
um, you got to get rid of that bump because that bump is your enemy. So you dress that off. You do the back edge, you make sure it's nice and true, and then you knock those two corners off. The whole blade has got a lot to do with the cutting. And any friction in that cut impacts your cutting and your ability to make fine corners, to do a pullout. We all have to do a pullout. You have to correct it. You know where you're going to screw up somehow. You have to, finagle it a little bit. So why don't we just get our toys lined up? We were talking a couple of weeks ago about bearings and thrust bearings and weird things. I looked at a guy's saw a couple of weeks ago, just about the time we were talking about that, and it was a Sears or Craftsman, and you could not move any of the bearings on his saw. They were all just gooped up. Gooped up is a technical term for being not taken care of and attracting all the crap flying in the air in the shop and collecting on those warm bearings. And they were warm because they were worn out. And what does he think? I'm going to spray it with some WD-40. I'm thinking, why don't you just drink that stuff? It's just as good for you. No, get some T9 or something. Clean the bearings. Keep them not lubricated, but clean. And they'll free spin and they won't pick up all that trash. But you put that WD stuff on it, it's been like a magnet. All those little flies are going to go right to it. So keep it clean, blow the air on it, keep it all working and smooth. That's what you do. That's my that's my bandsaw tip of the day.